What up, y'all? What's good? Back again. Another day. It's your boy, the Curtis York. Welcome to Yorktown. We are live once again until we hit that 500 subscribers, baby. Hmm. Had to check, make sure we straight. But yeah, we back. We back. And today is a great day. And you know why today is a great day? Let me change the title real quick. I completed my OSHA 30. I completed my OSHA 30, y'all. Mhm. I don't know if you're in the camera. Oh, you are kind of. I'm updating it because I completed my OSHA 30. Ah, dang. There we go. Hmm. My wife, my wife brings me a banner of herself as I talk about. I talk about how I completed my OSHA 30, and my wife brings a congratulations banner with a picture of herself, y'all. Like,
High school. I just want to see show
like,
you me in high school.
I mean, look, y'all. Look, bruh. Look at what my wife came and brought me. I don't know if y'all can see it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know those high school banners that they made?
Yes.
I just wanted to see what I looked like in high school.
Well, baby, you know good and well I've seen so many pictures of you in high school.
I'm so cute.
Y'all,
Show
my
the
wife.
people.
Y'all, my wife. I'm sitting here talking about how I passed my OSHA. Look, y'all, this is my wife. She wanted y'all to see. You know what I'm saying? Showing the people. I'm showing the people. All right.
Dang, I was giving.
Congratulations, Tommy.
Okay, first of all,
We are so proud of you. Y'all, you cannot make this out, bruh.
I don't know. It's up. It's not out.
Yeah, I'm just so confused right now. I can't even get my words together. Like, this is crazy.
First of all, I didn't know you were even on this. Second of
uh-huh.
all, just want to show you something. My mom bought it. And I was like, oh, I'm so cute. Like my husband.
Right.
It still has the string from when it was hung up in front of the house.
Me talk. Right. Yeah, man. Appreciate that. We got my guy. Get the money now in the building. Let me see. Congrats. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, yes, sir. And it's crazy, man. What I've been finding out during my time. I appreciate that, man. I really do. My time out here in the career world is, what I'm saying, like an MBA isn't enough. It's not. Like I got my MBA in 2019, and I thought at first they always told us, you get a master's degree, you'll be good. You have any job you want. No, first they were like, you get a bachelor's degree, you're good. With a bachelor's degree, the world is your canvas. So I was like, cool, no problem. Let me go get my bachelor's degree. And I got that, and the world didn't open up. Like I was a teacher, I was making 30 grand at the time, which, you know, even back then, 30 grand didn't go that far. So, I was like, all right, what else can I do? I transferred, I got over into real estate and tried that out. And then even with my MBA, it's like it doesn't matter the degrees that you have. What matters is your experience. The degrees help, they get you in the room. I got my PhD in underwater fire prevention. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like right now, the issue is there's so many people out here with degrees. And even though, it's limited, you do have a lot of people that have degrees. And, it kind of lessens the quality of degrees because there's, so many people. And they try to make it seem like it's not a lot of people. But, when you move up into the competitive space, then, 9 times out of 10, that just gets you in the door. And the thing is, when people give you information and they give you statistics, a lot of times they don't distinguish the facts. Like they'll say only 10% of people have master's degrees. And I think that's the number. It might be less or more than that, but we'll just say 10%, for convenience sake. So only 10% of people have a master's degree. And you're like, cool. If I get a master's degree, I'll be straight. But what they don't tell you is that that 10% of people are competing for the same jobs. So not only do you need the degree, you also have to be able to stand out and be just as competitive or more competitive than that other 10%. That way, well, the other 9%, because you're 1%. So you have to be more competitive than the other 9%. So you have to get all these other little certifications and credentials and build up your experience in order to stand out and be able to compete in the marketplace, which is why I'm always pushing certifications. And with that, what I'll say also is, and this is something that I've learned the hard way. So hopefully it'll help some of the younger folks out in the building, like Bacon, who is in high school right now. When you're getting your certifications, you want to try to figure out what exactly you want to do, and you want to be specific about it. See, me, I kind of took the shotgun approach in construction. Hold on, let me grab this. My oldest is calling me real quick. What's up? I'm not sure. I gotta talk to your mom. Leave at 3 o'clock? No, I gotta pick up Tommy from work. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later. All right. I love you. We'll figure it out. All right. Mhm. Yeah, man. So my oldest called trying to figure out when I can get him so he can have a little bit of extra time and play. But yeah, it's all about figuring out how you can be the most competitive. And what I realized this week, on day 87. Well, actually, it was like day 85 2 days ago. But what I realized is, if you're looking for a career and you're trying to compete at the higher levels, what a lot of people are looking for is specialized knowledge. So, for me, I kind of took the shotgun approach and I kind of jumped around a little bit trying to figure out what I enjoy. So, I've been doing construction, like legitimate boots on the ground construction. I've been doing project management. I'm actually also in the process of getting my home inspector's license right now. I've done analyst work. I've done acquisition work for properties, determining what's a deal as far as real estate and figuring out if it's something worth buying and holding on to, if it's something worth buying and selling to somebody else, or if it's worth buying and flipping the house, putting it back on the market and doubling your money. I've done all of that. And people kind of frown on that experience because they look at it as though you don't really know what you want, which to a certain degree, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it's, figuring out what you can do and what you're good at and what works best for you. And then it also makes you a very well rounded person. Whereas, if I was only good at one thing, then I wouldn't be able to utilize those skills in creative ways. And I think that, the people that really make a lot of money are the ones that are able to utilize all of their skills and focus it in a new and innovative way in order to change spaces. That's a good question, Big G. So, I just got my OSHA 30. Right now I'm still looking. With that, it makes me a lot more marketable to be a superintendent or a project manager on job sites. I really enjoy project management more than anything. I think that's probably where, looking next, I like to be, to stick in that project management realm and focus on that. So that's where I'm looking at. And I'm in the Charlotte, North Carolina market where there's a lot of construction going on. So there's a lot of opportunity. I also enjoy the analyst aspect of things. So really, I think at this point, with being a project manager, I kind of want to focus on actually managing teams. My last role, I was an analyst, in which I went over the numbers. I did pricing, I coordinated, and helped out with the project managers a lot. And it was with a smaller firm. And the issue that I ran into there is when you work for smaller firms, you do get to utilize all of your different skills and put them together. But the thing is, the job security and your role isn't necessarily clearly defined unless you control it. and so that just leaves a lot of room for interpretation, and it gets kind of vague. But as far as now, my primary focus is on project management or analyzing. So I'd either be a project manager or an analyst. And the reason I went on ahead and finished my OSHA 30 was, I already started, and at the time, I was working for a construction company, so it made sense to be able to supervise job sites, even though I was an analyst, to have that under my belt. And yeah, I hope that answers your question. What I'm looking to get into now is either project management or working on the analyst side. But if I had to narrow it down and just say one, then I will go project management for sure. Um, and it doesn't necessarily have to be construction project management. That's just where I have the most experience in. So I hope that answers your question, Big G. But yeah, man, it's 87 days in, and today was actually not one of the best days. So it just worked out. I was like, you know what? I need to get a W under my belt. I need to, have a win. That way I can look and say, today wasn't a total wash. And I got that by completing my OSHA 30, passing the test, and I may do a whole video on it just separately, just talking about the process and what you should know and what you learn. And I took notes, and it's crazy because a lot of coaches say you practice harder than you play, and that was 100% the case. So the platform that I used, it was 81 chapters. Well, 80 chapters, and the 81st chapter was the actual test. So I took notes on every chapter. And the test probably would have still took the notes because 30 questions out of 81 chapters, you never know where the questions are going to come from. So it's best to just have it. And plus, I can always go back and review it, and be straight. So it's a benefit. But on the flip side, it's called the OSHA 30. Oh, am I there? Am I there? Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all, I don't know what happened just now. It's like we got real life technical difficulties over here, man. I ain't never had that happen. Um, but I appreciate y'all for waiting on your boy. Um, I think I'm actually gonna switch computers just to see if it was the computer. So bear with me while I see. If it is, I'm doing a review on this computer, and it is not going to be good. um, you get what you pay for. As a matter of fact, I might do a $1 $100 computer review versus $1,000 computer review. We're gonna make some content out of it. But yeah, I done lost my whole train of thought and everything, man. I appreciate y'all waiting, man. Um, I need to have a backup plan for when stuff like that happens. 'Cause that is crazy. Um, Let me see. But yeah, man. I think where I left off was just talking about how you need to have the credentials and the experience. It's not enough to just have an MBA anymore because that literally just gets you in the room. So yeah, I'm about to switch computers real quick. Give me just a second because I am not a fan of this at all. Um, Let me enter the studio. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go, y'all. All right, we cooking. So let me remove my other self. All right, boom. All right. So now we rocking. Now we are rocking. But yeah, so the OSHA 30, I over practiced. Yeah, we'll pick up there. The OSHA 30, I over practiced, and thankfully the test was nowhere as near as hard, and it wasn't hard at all. It was just a lot of information. Like I said, it was 80 chapters, and at the end of every 80 chapters, you had a test. So you could only fail two tests, and if you fail two tests, then you have to pay the 150 over again and start over from scratch. So thankfully, I was able to knock it out. um, Only thing is, looking back, I told myself that I would finish it in a month. And when I said that, I had no idea that finishing it in a month was extremely unrealistic, y'all. Um, um, Now, mind you, given that time when I was taking the test, hey, oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, man. Um, yeah. While I was taking the test, my grandmother passed away. I lost my job. Well, I lost my job first, then I started, and then my grandmother ended up passing away, and cars started breaking down, and all kind of foolishness. Like it seemed like everything was kind of just working against me. But I just put my head down and figured, I'm gonna knock this thing out. We already started, we already invested, so we're gonna go ahead on and move forward. And here we are. So I definitely say, a lot of people go through things and they give up or they stop halfway. You just got to push through. And granted, this is just the OSHA 30. It's a certification. Anybody can take it and go get it. But it's more about consistency and resiliency and just staying in the game, man. Um, Also, I'm currently in the process of getting my home inspector's license as well. So I got that going on. I'm still studying. And the home inspector's license for me, that's more so just security. So I can have something to fall back on, kind of build it out, grow it as I see fit. And, that's something that I enjoy doing because when I was an analyst a couple years ago, I was actually walking the houses and inspecting them. And then I actually had a corporate inspection job as well. So, you know, it's like I'm doing inspections for all these other people. I might as well just do some inspections for myself. So that's what led me down the path of getting my home inspector's license. And, the thing about home inspections is you have to get your um, national license first. And then when you get your national license, you can apply for the state license. It's kind of backwards. Usually you do the state and then you get the national. But with home inspection, it's the national first and then the state. So I'm in the process of doing that. And the reason I wanted to get my home inspection, yeah, it was cool, but also it was I wanted to be able to understand every part of a house from the inside and out because I really enjoy real estate. And I feel like the more you understand about a product from A to Z, there was a guy. His name was um, Sam. Let me see. They called him the Banana Man. What was his name? It was Sam Zamuri, I think. Sam Zamuri. I think it was Sam Zamuri. Yeah, Sam's and Murray. Um, and Sam's and Murray said that if you understand your business from A to Z, then everything else comes easily. And I'm butchering that quote, but yeah, when you understand something from the inside out, you can always hire people and make sure that you hire good people because you already know the role. You already know all of the hats that you need to wear. You already know how to effectively manage that person. And it just makes everything easier because you've already been there and you know what to expect. So I've always been of the mindset of I need to understand every component that way, when I outsource it, I can better manage it and effectively manage it. And it's funny because I had a lunch yesterday with a developer here in the city, and we were talking. And I don't know, I didn't tell y'all this yesterday. It's so crazy, but I told y'all about the lunch meeting, but I don't think I went in depth. So I was talking to the guy yesterday, and we were just talking about moving from point A to Z as far as getting into multifamily development and dealing with high level deals like $1 million and $1 billion deals, commercial spaces, apartment complexes, things of that nature. And we were just talking, and he was like, the problem is with a lot of people is we like to play hero ball. We like to play, one man doing everything themselves. And it comes from basketball because you have like your Michael Jordan or your LeBron James, and they focus on the hero more than the team. Or, your James Harden, who has been playing hero ball forever and he never won a ring. Whereas you have people like Kobe, who, he gets a lot of the credit, but the only way Kobe was ever able to win the rings was by buying into the idea of teamwork and getting to know his players and working better with the team. Or the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry is easily the greatest shooter of all time. However, he's not better than anybody else on that team because he buys into the team idea, the team concept, the team system. And so they were able to build a dynasty based off of that fact. They play team ball instead of hero ball. If Steph's having an off night, then Clay steps up. If Clay's having an off night, then Draymond might elbow somebody in the face. You know what I'm saying? But the idea is, the team concept. Whereas a lot of us, we think that we have to do it by ourselves, or, we just have to be the hero or the main character, and it requires a solid team. So where I'm at mentally now is trying to figure out how I can be a better team player and find a team that I can plug into and utilize that team so that we all grow. Um, you listen to Jay-Z. Jay-Z back in the day, Reasonable Doubt, said, the circle of success. If everybody in your clique is rich, your clique is rugged. Nobody will fall because everyone will be each other's crutches. You know, um, and that concept and that ideology of focusing on the team, it'll get you way further than doing it by yourself. And so, that's where I'm at mentally, just trying to figure out how I can, be better at that aspect of things. Just building a circle of success and making sure that everybody wins and everybody eats. And, we all win and we all get to where we're trying to go. And I know that it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of kissing frogs and, going through a lot of bad people and just putting it together, man. So, here we are, day 87. I'm taking the good with the bad. And that's always what I tell people. I would be extremely dishonest if I didn't say, some days I don't get down or some days I don't get discouraged. Today was a very discouraging day. But, I got my success. I knocked out my OSHA 30, and now we're moving on to the next one. I put myself on a personal improvement plan, things that I wanted to work on, because, here's the thing. So when I get evaluated or when people give me feedback, a lot of people think that I don't take feedback well. But the thing is, it just depends on who's giving me feedback and what the feedback is. Like, I know what my shortcomings are, and I know where I fall short, and I know how to fix that. So if you just say anything arbitrary, or you say something, that is just generic, just to say that we met and we had a one-on-one, I'm gonna push back on everything. Well, I'm gonna ask questions. Let me say that. I remember I was in one performance review one time, and the guy was like, you know, um, you need to pay attention to detail. It seems like you focus on speed more than efficiency. And I'm like, you know, I understand that makes sense and that's true. But let me ask you a question. If I misspell a word on an email, but they still understand what that word means, but the point gets across, and I send that email out a day earlier instead of waiting and send that email out tomorrow, and they understood the message and the point gets across. Would you rather me, take my time and go over every single word and detail it, or would you rather me get the email out and get the result? And so, he didn't like that question. So, that's the thing, man. I'm super humble. I'm not above criticism at all. I like I said, Tuesday I was having another lunch meeting with the guy, and he was saying, what it looks like is, with your skill set and what you've been working on, you're all over the place. It looks like you have the shotgun approach, but really, what you need to do is focus in on one thing. And I thought about it, and I really took that information to heart. If I want to work in corporate America, or if I want to work for itself, then I may need to look into focusing on one thing and just getting really, really, really good at one thing. And, the meeting yesterday, it put the piece together that I was missing. 'Cause it's like, if I get really good at one thing, then, that means I'm only good at one thing. But then the meeting yesterday was like, that's why you need a team. And if you have the right team around you and you only focus on your one piece, then they will focus on the other pieces and you get more done collectively. So, I sat about it, I sat on it, I slept on it, and it made a lot of sense. So, yeah, man. Still actively looking, trying to figure out what the next move is. Just enjoying life and taking it for what it is. We got my guy Murder BX in the building. Big Murder. Is this the second page? I know your thumbnail picture is gone. What's going on, man? They messing with you at YouTube, bro. We got my dog Murder in the building. It's Murder, man. Shout out to my boy, man. Murder is a real life day one. Like I said, my guy Get the Money Now, man. No, I'm telling y'all, like I said, if y'all haven't checked out Get the Money Now, y'all need to go definitely check him out, man. He has some really strong opinions and he speaks his mind 100%. Um, yeah, they still haven't fixed it. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hate that, dog. Like, that's the thing, and that's kind of what I'm talking about now, control. Ultimately, at the end of the day, YouTube isn't our platform. So no matter how many videos we create or how much content we give out, they can easily just take our channels. We got to start over from scratch, unless you work on your network and you build your relationships, things like that. So it's just control, man. It's hard for me to give up control and just delegate and leave it with other people. I understand it's something that you have to do, but even with this, man, like the content, you work very hard to put this content together, to make these videos, to edit them, to get your thumbnail like perfect, to fit in that little circle, like all of that stuff, man. And one day they could just take it away and you got to start over again. But you know, I hope everything works out for you, Murder. The good news is whatever you built before, you can definitely build it again. And usually it's easier the second time because you already got the experience behind you. So, it only gets easier, man. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. And other news before I get out of here, man. I was looking and I see my Falcons have paid for a new head coach. Um, I don't know much about him, so it's going to be interesting to see. I was really hoping that we got Bill Belichick, just because Bill Belichick is a proven winner. It would have been nice to have Bill Belichick. I ain't even gonna lie, but you know, this guy that we have now, we gonna see. He's black, so I don't know. I think they put him there just because it's Atlanta, and it was like, you know what? Let's give Atlanta a black head coach. Um, Let me see. He's a defensive coordinator. Let me see. We're gonna find out about this guy. I don't know much about him, man. So I don't know, man. I hope that we can get out of this hole, man. I would love to see the Falcons winning again and getting back right. Um, in a perfect world for me, the Falcons would go to the Super Bowl next year. But isn't that everybody's hope? Let's see. The Falcons are going back to their past to try and solidify their future. Falcons plan to hire Raheem Morris as their head coach, making it making Morris the first former NFL head coach owner Arthur Blank has hired in his past 20 plus year ownership tenure. Let's see. Yeah, I was really pushing for Bill Belichick, man. Um, let's see. This marks a return. He was the Atlanta interim coach for 2020 after the club fired Dan Quinn. That shows you how much I was paying attention. But I didn't even remember dude, bruh. Like, like I was so uninvolved with football 2020. So yeah, I didn't even know. Oh, okay. He was a head coach in Tampa Bay, where he went 17-31 from 2009 to 2011. See, man, come on, man. Like, uh, all right. So I'm not excited. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not excited. I'm not excited whatsoever. Yeah, we'll see. Um, Looks like we're in for another ride as a Falcons fan. I mean, I don't know. He was the interim coach before, and he didn't have like a superb record. So that we gonna have a superb record again. But we'll see. Anyways, man, I'm gonna sign out. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. No, I'm not excited at all, murder. I am not. I'm not. Like I just what I saw just now does not give me a feeling of of happiness inside, but it doesn't. You notice I was about to get it right up out of here, dog. I'm like, I done read that. I'm like, bruh. But see, y'all got two Super Bowls under y'all belt, though. Y'all got Eli, man. And then y'all have Super Bowls before. So, us, bruh, it's like every time we go to the Super Bowl, we get washed. If we get there, we haven't been to the playoffs in a minute. And then we do this. Like, instead of getting Bill Belichick, we get, Raheem Morris, who was the interim coach before, and he wasn't nothing to call home about. Like, bruh, I gotta go, man. Maybe we could talk about that later, man. I might just talk about that tomorrow, but nah. I'm gonna celebrate my win of passing my OSHA 30, and I'm gonna leave on a high note instead of thinking about the freaking Falcons. So with that being said, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I definitely appreciate y'all for coming to Yorktown and kicking it with your boy. Shout out to all of the New Yorkers. Shout out to all of the original citizens of Yorktown. And I'll holler at y'all tomorrow, man. Goodness gracious. Man.